All right. Welcome to another edition of Spilling Tea with Betty Desire. Today, we are interviewing a very dear friend of mine for nearly over 20 years. You might be familiar with her work in the Betty pages. We are interviewing Meredith Mix. Hi, Meredith.
Hi, Betty.
How have you been all these years?
Oh, busy and crazy and happy and terrified and loving and loved and wonderful.
All the
So it's
things.
been a normal life for you then.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much. Okay. First of all, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're living right now, and also your connection with Whatcom County?
Sure. Um, I am a professional writer and editor. I'm living currently in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Um, and my only connection with Whatcom County, honestly, is you. Back when I was dating my husband, he lived in Whatcom County and he took me to your club and you and I met and for me at least connected like that. And you invited me, found out I was a writer and you invited me to write for the pages and we've been together ever since.
That's absolutely
So,
true.
but I have never actually lived anywhere in Whatcom County.
But you dated a Whatcom County individual.
I did. I did. And then I went on to marry him.
And
So
how is your partner now?
he is he's reasonably well. On the one hand, he's great. On the other, like all of the rest of us, he's very nervous. He doesn't like the political stance, but he's healthy, he's happy, he's got a job that he loves doing. Unfortunately, it's with a pretty ugly industry. Um, but he's loving it and he's good at it. He's a pilot and it makes him very happy and we are very happy and it's a good life.
Excellent. Great to hear. I want to know personally how your book is doing.
My book, um,
Title,
actually,
please. Title,
oh,
please.
title was Falling in Love and Fall Into Me, written by Pauline Trent. Um, Honestly, it didn't do very well. Neither of them did very well. So about 15 years, I transitioned into the editorial side, and really the pages, that's the only writing I do anymore. But I am editing. I have three, I'm a freelancer, and I have three three-quarter time jobs and two part-time jobs. So they keep me very, very busy. Um, and I'm getting my master's degree now in publishing. So it's a little crazy here, but it's wonderful. I am managing to stay in the industry that I love, even though I've transitioned to a different side of it.
Excellent. Good to hear. Well, not good to hear that the books didn't do as well as you would expect it.
But honestly, that was so long ago now that I almost forget that I wrote them. Because I have had such a brilliant career in editing, and I am so happy doing that. I realized that I loved the creative part of being a writer. I did not at all enjoy the business side of it. I hated the business side of it. And honestly, that's part of why they didn't do very well, is because the marketing them was just, oh, it was just hell,
So much work.
honestly.
It's more work than
Mhm.
writing.
So much more work. Um, Whereas with editing, to I get the creative stuff, but I get the little tiny nitpicky stuff that I like to do because I'm mostly a copy editor, which means there's some creative stuff and there's some proofreading. So that's the nitpicky stuff. Um, then I turn it back to the program manager or the senior editor and say, there it is, take it back, fly, be free. And I don't have to worry about
Wow.
marketing it in any way, shape, or form. And somebody else handles it. And I get to read books for a living.
That is
Yes,
cool.
I have a question about your book. I mean, I know
Sure.
you don't consider yourself a writer. How hard was it for you to have somebody copy edit your work?
Um, it it didn't bother me at all.
Okay.
Um, because what I've always had a sense of, um, in terms of publishing in general, is copy editing isn't about sucking the soul out of something. Copy editing is polishing the diamond so it shines the absolute brightest it possibly can.
Well said.
Um, and thank you. And I edit from that place as well. In fact, I have lost gigs because I was unwilling to just destroy a writer's work and a writer's voice in order for it to fall into some arbitrary way of you have to edit this way, the grammar must be this way, no sentence fragments, you must always put the sentence together in these ways. And sometimes that's not how an author writes,
Can we be
right?
best friends?
I would love to be best friends. That's and so the editor's job isn't to make it absolutely adhere to the Chicago Manual of Style guidelines. It's to make it the best book it can be. So I had great editors who that's how they edited my book,
Mhm.
and I edit from that perspective as well.
Interesting. Is
So,
your book still available?
um, it is no longer in print. You can find used versions on Amazon, and you can find Kindle versions on Amazon. You can also find the third in the trilogy, which is called Fallen Heart. So it's Falling in Love, Fall Into Me, and Fallen Heart by Pauline Trent. And it honestly, that's the only place you can get Fallen Heart is because I had to self-publish that one.
Okay.
Okay.
Just
But
to be clear, we're talking to Meredith Mix,
correct.
and your writer's, author's professional name is Pauline Trent. You're the same
My
person,
pen,
right? Pen name.
correct. My pen
Right.
name
Okay.
was
Pen
Pauline
name.
Trent.
Yeah.
So my pen name is also for the Betty pages, Bridget Adams.
Okay.
So I,
You're going to make my head explode. I have to tell our listeners that for about a month, I thought Meredith Mix was the same Mix that is the bartender at Rumors. And I was having this one-on-one, face-to-face with Mix going, looking forward to our interview. And Mix was looking at me like I was some crazy stalker. And then when I realized you lived in Philadelphia, I was like, who the hell am I talking to? And so then I had
I'm
to,
the same person.
oh my gosh, it was very embarrassing. I wanted to go hide in my room for like a month because I must have looked like a crazy person going up to Mix and just like having a conversation. And it was Betty. I blame Betty
Please do.
because how many people do you know named Mix? Who else knows two
Right?
people named Mix?
I don't know two people named Mix, for God's
Well,
sake.
there's another one in Bellingham, just so that you know.
Really? All right. Yeah, there you know. There you go.
Very
So
fun. Anyway, sorry.
that's
No
okay.
problem.
I'll
I
probably
love
edit that out.
tangents.
So right now you're copy editing or editing.
Correct.
Anything else in your bag of tricks that you're up to now?
I am, well, like I said, I'm also getting my master's degree in
Okay.
publishing.
Yeah.
From
And
which school are you at?
Rosemont College here in Pennsylvania. And it was totally serendipitous because I knew that I needed an online program because my husband and I, we travel a lot with his work because he's a pilot. And so I knew that I needed an online program. I knew that I wanted publishing, not creative writing, not English, publishing. So I found the publishing program that looked really, really good. And I was really interested in it. And so I started researching the school. It's like 30-minute drive away from Philadelphia. So it turned out really perfectly because the program that I wanted is also just right here. So when I'm in town, I have access to my professors, I have access to the library. It's just, and the university, the college itself, the campus looks like Hogwarts,
Really?
Oh,
So
That's awesome.
because, it's been here since like the 1800s. It's a
Wow.
northeastern, so it's all dark woods and huge gray field stones, and it's just gorgeous. So that's kind of what I got going on right now. Copy editing, um, doing a little bit of developmental editing, but mostly copy editing and my master's.
all right.
So,
Marla, do you have
and
a,
I've
oh, go ahead.
But
I've discovered that that's a lot. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
I don't know
learning.
how you do it.
I have a partner who feeds me.
feed you like earns money to feed you. Is that what you mean? Or like feed your
Um,
soul and emotionally and all that?
all of that plus puts food down in front of me and says you have to eat this.
Nice. I
Nice.
want a partner.
So,
Partners like that are perfect, right?
you know, I I can say absolutely nothing bad about him. Seriously. And I know that that's not popular. And I know, oh, the more people put that they're great on social media, the more problematic their relationship is. I truly cannot say anything bad about
You're
my
very
partner.
lucky. You're very
Yeah,
I,
lucky.
you
and
are.
and we worked hard. We worked hard.
How many years?
To
How many years now?
Oh God, I guess Betty, I guess you and I met 18 years ago.
I
And
think so.
so, yeah, so
I'm
he and
70
I,
now, so I forget everything. So,
no, you're not. Okay.
yes.
Anyway, sorry, that's a whole other thing. 18 years. I guess we've been together for 18 years, which means we will have been married for 16 this month.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yay.
So we always ask all of our guests this: what is your queerness aha moment, whether it was you in your life or you in your community, when you realized that this was something that um, was in existence, that you were involved with, that it wasn't just something over there, but it was something as part of your life?
Yeah. Um, well, first I need to say that in the late 70s and early 80s, I spent my summers in New York City with a Broadway stage manager. She was a former student of my parents, and I got to go spend several weeks with her every summer from the time I was 9 to the time I was 14 when she left New York. So the community has never been something out there, right? The community has always been just part of my existence
And part of your family.
and part of my family. Absolutely. Um, then my sister realized that she was bisexual when she was about 12. And I got to tell she told me she didn't tell me that she hadn't told our parents. So I just mentioned it to my folks, and they were both like, "Well, that makes sense,
Were you
doesn't
older?
it?"
Were
That
you older?
No, I'm younger.
Oh,
Oh my.
my
And
goodness.
so I was still living at home in high school and just threw this out. And luckily, I we had my dad's dead, my mom's still alive. They were the most amazing, supportive, loving parents anybody could want, but especially somebody within the queer community. Um, when my sister was very seriously dating another woman, they would throw parties and my parents would show up and my father would be the only man there. And he would walk up to Martha's friends and say, "Hi, I'm Rex. I'm Martha's father-in-law." And they would just be blown away by that.
That's
And
so wonderful. You are so lucky.
oh, I am so lucky. My life is charmed, knock wood.
Yeah.
Um, so it was not the great horrific thing that many people have, outing themselves or outing somebody else. It would just kind of put all the pieces together about my sister, you know. Um, my personal aha moment was the first time I ever heard the word bigender. And um, I had always known that I was only sexually attracted to men. I had also always known that I was very much female. So that eliminated all of the labels that I knew, right? Because I wasn't trans, I wasn't gay, I wasn't bi, and those were the only labels that I had. And back before I met my partner, so this was more than 20 years ago, I was in a bit of a crisis trying to figure out who the hell I was. And a friend of mine mentioned perhaps I was two-spirited. And so I went looking for two-spirited, but he is part of the Native community. And I researched and I was like, no, this is cultural appropriation. I mean, I'm a white girl from, yeah, middle-aged white girl from the South and from Boston. This is not who I am. But it led me down the path and I found bigender.
Can you explain that to our listeners?
Absolutely. Bigender is someone who has male and female gender in them at the same time, pretty much all the time. So we are neither strictly female, we are neither strictly male, we are neither both at the same time. We are each. Um, and I found bigender, and it was like the clouds parted and the sun came down, and it was my aha moment. And suddenly, I don't care for labels, but at the same time, labels allow us to find community, right? Labels are what allow us to go, oh my God, I'm not alone. It's not just me.
There are other people like me, and I never knew that was true until now. Yes.
Exactly. And so that's the one place that I find labels important, is because labels can identify group in a good way.
I'm really glad you said it that way, Meredith, because we've asked this question before about what was your aha moment. And it really is about finding your community. It's like not identifying I am this or I am that, but who are my people and who is I don't to not be so isolated and be like some unicorn out there, but to be part of a,
Yes.
for lack of a better term, part of a herd, right?
Yes,
Is that a bad word?
exactly.
Yeah.
And
So,
I take it the right way.
okay.
So,
And how old were you when that happened?
oh, early 30s.
Okay. So
Um,
that's a lot. That's being an adult for a long time without
yes, yes,
being around it.
without having a way to say this is who I am. And it was very interesting because again, 9 years old,
Right.
I met my first drag queen, right? So I have always been an ally. I have always been a part of the community. Like you say, it's my family. Um, but it was very interesting trying to navigate my way within the community as anything more than an ally. Because I actually had a lot of people tell me I was trying too hard and tell me that it was really okay to just be an ally. And there was a sense of, okay, but this is who I am. I'm not trying to pretend I'm something I'm. So I actually just stopped identifying as part of the queer community. Um, because nobody got it. I didn't get it. I was beginning to feel like I was trying too hard. And so I just stopped identifying as part of the community and just identified as an ally. And that's sort of what led to the crisis because suddenly I'm having to pretend I'm something I'm not. Right. And so yeah, that was my aha moment. And there are still not a lot of us, but like we have our own flag. which is really cool. So there are enough of us to be out there.
That is cool.
I learned something new today.
Really? Did you not know by gender?
Well, I knew two-spirit. I've heard that expression before, but I thought that was bisexual. I was under a different, that's what I thought that was.
Yeah.
So this has nothing to do with, so gender and sex are, I know that they're different things,
Correct.
but so bi gender and bisexual are different. By gender, bisexual, two-spirit. Well, is two-spirit bisexual?
No,
Two-spirit by
two-spirit is
gender.
closer to by gender.
Okay.
I
I need a
am
map. I need a map.
I am in no way, shape, or form sexually attracted to women. Am I allowed to say that? Can we get away with saying that?
Hey,
So
who's gonna come
Many of us
arrest
on
you?
the interview are sexually attracted to women at the moment anyway. So
Say that again.
know,
What?
I don't
That's true.
think I
Yeah.
don't think anyone
No,
on the
no.
interview right now is sexually attracted to women at the
We are
moment.
your people.
yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
people.
So I joke that I'm either a straight woman or a gay man, depending on which side of me is more prominent on any given day. So
I'm the same way, depending on what I'm dressed in.
yeah,
There you
no,
go.
I can
There
see
you go.
that. I can see that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think if it was maybe if I had come out now, there's a lot more femininity in me than testosterone maleness.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Even when you're not dressed as Betty.
yeah, I know. I've seen the videos.
That is not that's just a fact. That is not a diss. Okay, just be clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it was very interesting because the first time I ever admitted, even hinted at being part of an actual part of the community and not just an ally, the first time I went, okay, I'm going to try this again. Because in the past I had been told I was trying too hard. I've been told I had been erased in essence. The first time I even thought, okay, I'm going to float this and just see how it goes was in the pages. And I'm going to cry. Betty, you didn't bat an eye. You just let me transition from being an ally to being part of the community to being by gender over the course of the last 18 years. You have not batted an eye.
Nope.
And you were the first person in the community sorry about this, that I had mentioned this to, with the exception of my husband, kind of the broader community, who had literally no comment about it. And that was greatest thing ever because there wasn't, oh, I'm so pleased for you. There wasn't, what does this mean? Who are you? What are you talking about? There was just nothing. And that helped normalize it in a way that I don't think anything else could have for me. And it works because my very first article for the Betty pages talked about finally finding a community where I was accepted and that I could be completely who I was because I'm alt in all kinds of ways. And so that just has continued to live out over the course of the 18 years as, whatever little pieces of me I kind of float to the world. But he's like, yeah, okay. And I love that because it makes it normal. So
Great
thank you.
It's good to hear.
You are a huge part of my life.
Hey guys. I'm going to introduce you to someone who you might be hearing in the background because I don't think I'll have another opportunity to introduce you. Kendall, come on over here for a minute.
Sure.
Oh,
Have you not met?
no.
Oh,
Come on over.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, you're hearing
Why don't
Kendall in
you,
the
Kendall?
background. He's totally enjoying hearing what you're saying.
Kendall, let's make you a star.
Yeah, come on over. I'm gonna. All right.
Oh, look, I'm looking like I can see around the corner.
Look at how cute.
So,
Turn your camera a little
hi.
bit. Turn your camera a little bit.
Move the other
Oh
way.
my
No, you move the other way.
goodness.
There you go.
There you are. Okay.
Hi. Oh, it
This
is
is my
so good to
my
meet
other
you.
half. Oh.
Look at how cute you are.
I know, right?
I know.
It's
And you
really good
know,
to meet you.
we've only known each other. This Valentine's will be our 6th year knowing each other. He's
No
going to head
way.
over back to his chair.
6 years, that's all?
That's it. We met when I was the ripe young age of 64.
Wow.
Look at
Yeah.
you.
I thought you've known each other for a lot longer than that.
Well, so do
Um,
I now.
Excuse me
Yeah.
really quickly. I have some Philadelphia happening in the background. I apologize for this.
No
No, it was
worries.
kind of, you guys had kind of had a big weekend, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this was the Super Bowl. Um, and unfortunately, we Philadelphia responds poorly to things like that. And we actually
They
had
won.
schools.
Wait, didn't they
Yeah,
win?
they won.
And they're
And we
responding
had
poorly?
yes. We had schools closed on Monday because our downtown was so wrecked that it was dangerous for the buses.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
They removed traffic lights, they removed stop signs, they broke windows, there was broken glass all over the street. We literally had our SWAT team out.
Oh my God.
All over a
Yeah,
football game.
all over a game.
A game that they
Um,
won.
a game
Yeah.
that they
What would have
won.
happened if they lost?
Oh
So
my gosh.
yeah, that's why I kind of roll my eyes and go, yeah, it was a big weekend. Um, because
Wow.
I can't even enjoy it. First of all, I'm not a big football fan. And I'm certainly not an Eagles fan. Um, New England. Um, but yeah, it was so ridiculous that I can't even enjoy it. We're so far beyond fun celebration. So it's
That's
a shame.
that's a shame. I'm really sorry.
So anyway, moving on.
Moving on. So another question we have is about where you live in Philadelphia.
I live
No, no, no.
oh no.
The question is where you live in Philadelphia, do you have a sense of community there with
Ah,
regard to your queerness?
um, here's the thing. We travel so much that we don't have any community. We have never had any community where we live. Um, Generally speaking, we are on the road as much as 6 months out of the year.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember when we first moved to New Orleans, we were literally, we rented our apartment and did not set foot back in it for 48 weeks.
Wow.
So we we have never been able to have a local community, um, which makes our friends and our family, and the community that we have online more important. Because there, again, it's not Philadelphia. Philadelphia has an amazing queer community. We're just never here. We're not reliable. We're never here to be a part of it. Just going to the gay bars is not what we do. I mean, we're both grown now. We're older. We don't drink nearly as much as we did 20 years ago, you know. Um,
Who does?
right,
Nobody that I know.
exactly. But, you know, when we are on the road, we go out of our way to find allied and queer-owned businesses and make sure that we kind of identify ourselves and make sure that they know why we're there. Um, and we're very active. Um, we're very active online and with our friends. Um, so it's not that there's not community here in Philadelphia. It's that we don't have any, we've never had a local community. It doesn't work for our lifestyle. So, but Philadelphia has a huge neighborhood to the point that if you look at a map of Philadelphia, and that has the neighborhoods. There's Society Hill and Old City and University City and Center City and Chinatown and the neighborhood.
I
It's
love that. I
just
love that.
It's actually on the
there.
maps.
It's on the maps. Anytime you get a map of the Philadelphia neighborhoods, neighborhood is going to be there. The street signs are rainbow. The crosswalks are rainbow year round, not just in June.
And you felt pretty
It's
safe there?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Um, we are the ones, Philadelphia is the one that came up with the original um, black and brown stripe on the rainbow flag. That came out of our queer community. Um, so it's a safe place to be open and out. Um, the neighborhood is safe. We take care of each other. When we get down there, um, my nibbling is coming to visit at the end of next month. And although they're only 20, and so we can't go into bars or anything like that, it's probably the one neighborhood where I would say to them, you can go explore this neighborhood without us. Because it's that, again, it's community and we take care of each other, and that's really cool.
Excellent.
Thank you for referencing your nibbling. I have a nibbling here too. And when
Yes.
when I use that term, people go, "What is that?" And I found it somewhere online somewhere, and I loved it. And then I brought it to my nibbling's attention, and they liked it. And I said, "So I have your permission to continue to refer to you this way," because people look at me like I'm from another planet when I use that word. I was like, "Get used to
All
it."
No,
right. What does it
I
mean?
have. So
Well,
a nibbling is
Nibbling.
a niece or a nephew
or non-binary,
who
or
who
non-binary.
yep, who does not identify with their gender. So
Child of a sibling. Child of a
yes,
sibling. So not your niece, not your nephew,
that's
but
right.
a sibling.
And so whoever you grew up talking to, whoever they grew up originally, like Trinity was my niece for a very long time. Now she's my nibbling because she has realized that she is not female only. She's still trying to figure out exactly what group she fits into, but she knows that she's not just a girl. Uh, and then I had a nephew. He was my nephew for years and years and years, and now they're my nibbling. So it's it's a niece or a nephew who has realized that they do not fit a gender norm.
Interesting.
Did I explain that clearly at all? I feel like I kind of got lost in the weeds.
Nope, you did. No, that was fine. That works. That works. Yeah. I love that term. I love
Yeah,
it.
I do too.
I use it as much as I can to normalize it.
Yes, I do as well. And it's funny because I have two nibblings and a nephew. Um, and my nephew takes great pride in the fact that that he is like everybody else, only everybody else, the nibbling is the one who's special. Well, guess what? Oh boy. So he has great fun with that.
Do you have what was the other, do you feel, I think I asked you this. So you feel safe in your community. You talked about a neighborhood, which I love that term. Do you think that, is it like a large area or just a lot of people in a smaller area?
Excuse me, it is the same size as all of the other neighborhoods in Philadelphia. Um, for a small town, it's a very large area. For
Mhm.
New York City, it's tiny.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
we have lots of neighborhoods in Philadelphia, and I have no idea where one begins and where the other one ends. Like, apparently, we don't live in Northeast Philadelphia. We live in North Philadelphia East,
Oh
right?
my.
So I know
That just makes it harder, just harder. I know.
but it is definitely it is delineated as any of the other neighborhoods are, and it is a good sized neighborhood.
Interesting.
Do you
We
have
had
any other
a
questions,
neighborhood
Betty?
once. It
What?
was one city block.
Yeah. So it's probably 5 or 6 blocks square. So 5 or 6 blocks square, which is about what all of the other neighborhoods in Philly are.
Uh-huh.
So
So, do you have any other questions, Betty? I have one more question.
I don't think so. I think that's about it, except it's so good to hear and see you.
Well, I
yeah,
have one more question. That's a
so
two-part
long.
question. It's a
Mhm.
two-part question. If you could change something in the world or in your community, this is the one part. In your community, second part is in the world, relative to the LGBTQA community, you could change something, anything, many things, one thing. What would it be?
Um, and see, I thought hard about this question. Within the community, I wish we were kinder to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there is so much external hate. The last thing we need to be is petty and mean and cruel to each other. Um, I see bi erasure all the time. Um, I see people who judge trans people. Um, I see it's so youth oriented, and I've watched young queer people just be mean, honestly, just mean to people who are over 30 or 35. Um, there's a lot of judgment.
Very old.
I know, exactly. There's a lot of judgment within our own community. And that breaks my heart because we have to be better than that. We have to be better than that, especially now. I mean, we should have been better than that when life was good and we had politicians who weren't horrible and Nazis. Now we have to come together. We must. And so that's the one thing that I would change within our community is I wish that we were kinder to each other. Um, in the world, I just wish people would mind their own business,
Yep.
right? I mean, it's so cliche, but if you're against gay marriage, don't have one, right?
Right.
Just mind your business. Um, no one else's marriage or relationship affects mine in any way, shape, or form. Why should mine affect anybody else's? Why should Betty's affect anybody else's?
Yep.
So I guess that's it. And I thought, oh, I wish we were safer. Oh, I wish this. But what it all boiled down to is I wish people would just mind their own business. So
Thank you for that.
Okay.
Did you want to ask about the Betty pages at all? Did you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Well, first, there's a little bit of news.
okay.
Betty pages have been going on for 24 years. And I am going to be shifting the business to my graphic designer, who is younger,
Mm-hmm.
because I am 70,
Mm-hmm.
and they will still be published and we'll still have them. But I'll be more of a Colonel Sanders of the Betty pages now instead of having to do all the paperwork as well.
All right. Fair enough. I respect that. But you notice you scared me. You saw
I
you
did.
scared.
I saw that. And I'm not leaving the Betty pages at all. I'm
All
just not going to be have as much responsibility.
right. Okay.
I will still be involved. I won't be taking a salary from the paper because, frankly, the paper barely makes it, and it's designed that way. I was trained as a pastor. It's like
Yeah.
an oversized church bulletin, if you
Mm-hmm.
will.
Mm-hmm.
You
My
basically
dad
only
was
go ahead.
My dad was a pastor, and it's funny because I have always seen the pages exactly that way.
Yep. And that's how it was designed. It was
Yeah.
never designed to be something that supported me fully as income.
It was a gift to the community.
Well, yes, and because the community needed it then, and it still needs it now.
Hmm.
And so, what I will be doing is I told Naomi that I'll work on the Patreon page to get our membership up.
Hmm.
Because if we get over 100 members on our Patreon page, that will pretty much pay for the printing, and then
Nice.
the advertising can go to help her stay alive and pay rent and do things like.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
All
again,
right.
I'm still going to write. I'll still be involved, but I won't have to file the taxes, and I won't have to do the
Yeah.
paperwork.
Yeah. And you know what? You deserve bonbon time. You have earned bonbon time,
I
Betty.
like that. I like that bonbon time.
So,
Well,
well, and
I
I've worked
battled
with,
diabetes, so maybe we can make it a keto bonbons.
Bonbon.
and I've had email exchanges with Naomi, and I really like them. So, it has my blessing. There you go. And that's really all that matters,
I
right?
appreciate that, and I appreciate your articles continuing to come in. They
Absolutely.
mean a lot to our community here.
Well, I'm glad. Sometimes I feel like I'm shouting into the void. So I'm glad to know that it matters.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
I have to say, and you can edit this if you need to, but I have to, and I'm going to cry again. Um, got to tell another Betty story.
Oh dear.
Oh, good.
Um, I was my husband and I happened to be in town with his work and close by, and so of course we went to the club
You went to the
and
what? Went to the what?
to Rumors, the club,
Okay.
and I ended up on stage in a slightly awkward position with I had a woman come up and throw her arms around me and shove her tongue down my throat and kiss me very passionately and right on stage standing next to Betty. And I had no idea how to handle it. And Betty, you leaned down and you whispered in my ear, "Are you okay or do I need to handle this?" And it was amazing because it was the first time I was ever in a position where I did not have to handle by myself and alone any kind of sexual, I don't want to use the word assault because that's too much, but any kind of sexual aggression. And immediately it became funny because I knew you had my back. And if I'd looked at you and said, "I'm really uncomfortable, would you handle this, please?" It would have stopped. And there was no question in my mind that you would have handled it. And that was literally the first time in my life where I had had anything like that happen. Previously, it had always been men, but I didn't have to handle it. I didn't have to go find someone and say, "I am uncomfortable." I didn't have to look at the person next to me and say, "Did you see that?" You know, you saw it. You knew what was happening and you checked in with me. And I will never forget that. And I remember when the Me Too movement happened, I actually wrote an article about Me Too. And I told that story in the pages because it had to be told because it's so vital that people understand just what a safe place Rumors and I assume Whatcom County in general is because you see us and you are there. And sorry, you make our lives safer. You just do, my friend. So, gotta tell that story.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm not cutting that out.
So, there you go. That's me.
That's you. Thank you both for your gifts to our community and Skagit County and all that you've done to keep us together and hold us as one and unite us as one.
Thank you
And
for
we're
as
not
a-
done
the
yet.
platform.
You know, so-
Exactly. No, we're still in it.
yeah.
We're
We
still
are
in it.
just starting.
That's right. And again, I think it's always been important, and it's becoming more so. And I think it's vital for elder queers to model this new reality for the kids coming up. We have to model dignity, we have to model pride, we have to model fearlessness. We have to step up. Um, otherwise, these kids are going to get bulldozed,
Yeah,
and we just must not let that happen.
Right.
absolutely.
Right.
Okay.
Wait, I have a question that's not related to this interview. So I want you to finish the interview, Betty. I'll edit this part out, but I want to ask Meredith a couple questions about things that she said in the interview that if she wants me to take them out or not.
All right.
I want to respect you and your
So basically, you have been listening to Spilling Tea with Betty Desire and our interview with my dear friend and co-writer in the Betty pages, Meredith Mix. So please enjoy your time. Thank you for listening. And if you want to message us at spillingteawithbettydesire@gmail.com. Let us know what you think. Let us know if there's someone you want us to interview. Just let us know that you're hearing us. And until then, until next time, have a great day and never give up, never surrender. Galaxy Quest philosophy.
There you go.
All right.
All right. That was a good interview. She's really nice. I liked her. I mean, I'm not surprised I liked her, but I didn't know her at all. I've never seen her. She was very nice. But we've been dealing with this back and forth for months, but now we finally got to chat and it was lovely. And so good.
All right, dear.
All right.
Oh, I still have to do a sign off?
I think you did.
I did. I thought so too.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
I just wanted to do like the end tag at the very end after she hangs up. Say, what did you learn? Blah, blah, blah stuff.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. So I will see you soon.
Oh.
All right,
dear. I love you.
I love you. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.